What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
About to be the clash of the titans. Strike like a lightning bolt. You feel the ground pounding, that might be the coast. Quick like a joke, like to hit when provoked. Don't you doubt that. That's a Jaguar to a house cat. That's an outcast to a whole squadron. If you talking Houston, then we've got a problem. You'll probably get the horns if you mess with the cattle. Sit back in your saddle and get ready for the fan battle.
Really quickly, just don't forget to plug Sam Loves Jalen Ramsey. All right, everybody, have a great night.
I literally hate that.
That's my first time seeing that. That's awesome.
Oh, welcome back, Sam. We made a new introduction. Here it is. Thanks a lot. Wow, I hate it. Thank you. I hate it.
I think that they hoped that you would hate it. That's why they made it.
Well, yeah. Well, if your goal was to make me dislike you.
Oh, look, we already have our first comment. Oh, Josh Allen. He seems like a swell guy. Start the show already so I can make Mayo jokes.
That's not the good Josh Allen. Who cares what he has to say? Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle podcast. I am Samantha Wernette. I am back after a month-long hiatus. Of course, we had Matt holding down the fort for us doing mock drafts for all the teams. So if you want to debunk all their claims or find out who was the best or worst, go back and listen to the past or watch the past episodes, because he did break down each team. So, but here we are, guys. We made it. We are on the ass end of the draft. So that's only step one. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I am a non-biased host, as a Jaguars fan, it felt a little different this year. I was very tired because I had to stay up a lot later. Yeah, I mean, just being a fan of an elite team, it just is, it's just so much different, like who cares, right?
You're not sad all the time, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, we're sad all the time, just not because of the Jaguars, though.
Right.
But, I do want to take a quick moment, because Matt, you were at the draft, right?
Yes, I was. Correct.
Yeah, and who went with you?
Crenshaw. VT couldn't make it because he was having health concerns, so he couldn't make the trip out.
And who else went?
His wife and his son.
See, and this is what I'm talking about. The downfall and indoctrination of our children. Right here.
Starts at the draft.
This is where it starts. And he was in Texan stuff too, right?
I actually was in Black Panther stuff all weekend.
Black Panther? Okay.
Yeah, Wakanda forever.
Right, but he was throwing up the Texans' horns. I saw that.
Yes.
That's complete indoctrination. And
we got to raise them right. So
radical ideology.
I'm tired of us treating our children this way, and I think that you should do better. Okay? At least raise that young man.
Chaos. We like to raise them in chaos.
I can't say shit. Anyways, moving on. Hello. Let me go ahead and introduce our panel this evening. Of course, we've already been introduced to Matt, but representing the Jaguars, we have Josh, the second best Josh Allen.
No, that is not what you call me anymore, Sam. You must address me from now on as your mom's favorite Josh Allen, because that was proven in a Facebook post.
Okay, hold on. So before
I am your Sam's mother's favorite Josh Allen. So
okay,
address me as such.
So I have to explain it now. Okay,
Yep.
So inside of our admin chat, of course, for those who don't know, this whole podcast started off of a group, the AFC South Fan Battle. We're on Discord and Facebook and Twitter. But anyways, so Josh's name in the admin chat is your mom's favorite Josh Allen, and Gerald Gomez had made a comment. He said, "Oh, is that your mom's favorite Josh Allen?" I said, "I don't know. Let's ask her." So I tagged my mom and I said, "Hey, Mom, which Josh Allen is your favorite?" And I posted the Bills Josh Allen, the Jaguars Josh Allen, and then this Josh Allen, and she picked this one. And yeah, so now I guess it's official. He is my mom's favorite, Josh Allen. And you know what? Once again,
Feels good. Not gonna lie. Feels good.
But once again, this brings back my point. It's the indoctrination. Her husband is a Texans fan, and if it wasn't
Chaos. We love chaos. I mean,
if it wasn't for that, she might have picked the Jaguars' Josh Allen. But she's been indoctrinated.
Yeah, I think she seems like a smart lady, and she obviously chose wisely. Anyway, moving on. Who are our other panelists?
Oh, you want to get the spotlight off you? Okay, we will.
No, I'm
we
fine.
will.
I'll talk about me all day. I just figured they probably want to participate at some point.
I hate talking about myself, so. continue on.
Representing the Mayo-eating Titans, which has been officially confirmed. Officially confirmed.
Bang,
this
bang,
week.
Mayo gang.
We have Maximus.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all having me on.
And representing the team with my second favorite quarterback, the Colts, we have Harish Nukala.
Shalom.
I didn't know Anthony Richardson was your second favorite quarterback.
That's not who I'm referring to, sir.
Gardner Minshew.
Oh, I forgot that Gardner Minshew's on the. Oh,
And they trained together this summer.
And they trained together, and
a battle of mids.
Yes.
Anthony Richardson's not a mid, sir. He's still.
We'll get to the Colts in a minute, and I'll tell you exactly why he's a mid. I've watched his whole college career, and bro is not good.
Somebody posted a meme earlier, and it's like, you know, the army guys, and they're like lining up with like their guns outside of a place, and then there's a clown in the middle, and they put like all the quarterbacks in the AFC South, and they put Richardson as a clown. Or was it Will?
No, it was Will Levis. That was Mayo Boy.
Listen, he's gonna be Levis because Levis Beavis. I just can't.
That was BT.
Why do I have to do? Okay, well, either way, it would apply to Richardson too, I feel like. But anyways, pick number 1. Who wants to take it? I mean, we all know, but go ahead. Matt, you were there.
Yeah, number one pick, Carolina Panthers. I mean, everybody knew, right? Bryce Young out of Alabama. So, is Josh Senior going to be a Panthers fan now, or is he going to stay with the Colts?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to turn into Horseshoe Mob and find out.
Oh yeah, we'll ask him on Tuesday. Let's make sure to spam the question.
I was honestly, so I didn't pay attention to the combine this year, and I didn't realize how short he was.
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
5'10".
Yeah, until he was drafted.
Ooh, Josh Senior.
Yeah, Josh Senior is pretty short, and I didn't realize till we drafted him to this podcast network how short he was. So.
Nothing a typical combine like that we take here.
Have you seen the picture of him, Sam, at the Panthers podium?
No.
Oh my God. Oh well, when this is over, you have to look.
Yeah, I just remember
there's a picture
watching
of him.
it.
There's a picture of him, and literally, like this is as much as you can see over the podium.
Yeah, and
That's
I mean,
Photoshop, though, right?
I don't think so. I think that's legit picture of it.
It's wild.
because 5'10", when you think, I mean, listen, I'm short. Okay, I'm definitely not an athlete, but I mean, just the way that today's game is played, 5'10" is pretty short.
Yeah, especially when your linemen are like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, you're having to throw so much differently and throw over.
Well, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees,
Gardner Minshew.
yeah, and there's no Murray. The car.
Oh, Russell Wilson's short too. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he was
That explains a lot.
5'11".
He has little man syndrome.
Yeah.
All those antics are just him trying to make himself seem bigger. I bet he has a squatted truck too.
I think it's just because his wife. Like his wife is more of a man than he is.
Yeah, probably.
So I think does somebody have the Eagles outside? All I hear are dogs barking. Because that's all the Eagles drafted.
Just straight
Bulldogs.
Georgia players.
I was a little slow. I'm a little slow on the jokes tonight. Sorry.
Yeah, we can tell. Guys, calm down. Holy shit. All right. Anyway, moving on. The honorary draftees, that was something that kind of tugged at the heartstrings. Of course, as some of you may remember, there was a shooting on Virginia's campus. And so the players that played for that team, they did an honorary draft. And who wants to take over that story? Anyone?
I was there at the draft, so I did not catch that. So I missed it. And I think Josh Allen missed it too. So I can't. Yeah.
Yeah. So during the draft on Thursday night, and I need to get the list of players, but because of for those of you that don't know, I think was it the week of Thanksgiving or maybe the week before Thanksgiving, there was a mass shooting in Virginia, at the University of Virginia. During the mass shooting, they lost 4 players from the Virginia football team, unfortunately, tragically, during that incident. So in order to honor them last week on Thursday night, they drafted and created jerseys for those 4 players and to the teams that their favorite teams, essentially. One of them, I believe.
Yeah, so I have so Roger Goodell opened the drafts with the first picks in the 2023 NFL draft. We welcome the NFL families. Deshaun Perry, Lavelle Davis, and Devin Chandler of the University of Virginia. And then Perry, a linebacker for the Cavaliers, and a South Florida native. Davis, a junior receiver from South Carolina, and Chandler, a junior receiver from North Carolina, were fatally shot. That was November 13th.
Okay.
And so they were drafted. I'm trying to figure out who went where. They did like an honorary draft. It was I cry every single time one of those guys gets drafted. I cry anyways, and I always look at especially when they're next to their grandma for some reason. I'm like, oh my god, look at grandma. And then I laugh when they're with their girlfriend, but that's neither here nor there. But I know one of them was drafted to the Jaguars.
Yeah, it's the Jaguars, the Ravens, and the Dolphins.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Perry was drafted to the Dolphins, Davis to the Ravens, and Chandler to the Jaguars. And they put the number 23. And then the Jaguars posted a picture, and I know they hung his jersey and helmet in a locker. So, yeah.
Classy. About time the Jaguars did a classy move.
Man, get out of here.
The bitterness. Can you just taste? I just love the taste of the bitterness from these other.
He's literally sitting here saying all this like his quarterback didn't go around
right,
pseudo raping everybody.
That's not my quarterback no more. But we did do something.
But he was your quarterback.
We did do something for the Uvalde shooting, so we did something classy as well. So
yeah, I mean, all jokes aside, that's a pretty cool thing.
Very
I didn't see it live. I had a family thing going on. I was a little bit late to it, but that's pretty cool to see the NFL actually do something that is nice and not stupid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Roger Goodell do something nice and not stupid. God, I'm so sick of him. When does he retire?
Never.
Jesus,
Never.
I'm just the whole booing and it's old because he just loves it now and.
Yep.
Vegas should start taking bets on by what point in the first round Goodell is drunk, because you could tell.
Oh my God, it was like pick 5.
Yeah, it was early on that Goodell looked like he was having a little too much fun.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's break down our teams. No time to lose. The draft recap.
That's good.
We need music for that. Come on.
Hold on. We're very well prepared today. Hold on. Wait for it.
Sam's back. We're not prepared.
Well,
Yeah, we thought Sam was going to do all the preparing because she came back. So.
No.
I don't know. Hey, who's? I have a perfect sound for when we get to the Titans draft.
All
right, moving on. We don't have any music prepared, Sam. We suck. Go ahead.
All right.
Who's first?
The Texans, picks number 2 and 3, shockingly traded up immediately. Yes.
All right, let's see if our boy Matt Briggs is honest. Did you expect them to go back to back like that?
I didn't expect it to. I mean, there was a lot of speculation. Daniel Jeremiah, he had it mocked. So me and BT were talking about the night before on the Texans fan battle. I wasn't expecting it, but I think the writing in the sand because the Titans were trying hard to move to 3 to get C.J. Stroud. So when they selected C.J. Stroud, I kind of, if they were going to move, I kind of had a feeling they were going to. I'm glad they did. It was a pretty good move, aggressive.
I honestly think that Will Anderson pick is probably, everybody loves C.J. Stroud. We all know my thoughts on it. I think that Will Anderson pick is the better of their 2 first-round picks, in my opinion. But
I would think so, yeah. I mean, to go up there like that and be as aggressive as they were and get the best defensive player in the draft, especially on a young defense, it's actually not a bad defense. It's actually pretty solid. But now they add a pass rusher that's legitimate. I thought that was a great move.
Yeah.
I like the C.J. Stroud pick. I know the whole Ohio State quarterback narrative, but the guy was the highest accurate quarterback in college football last year, and you put him in a zone blocking West Coast scheme. That's just going to help his quarterback play. And look what Bobby Slowick did with Jimmy G. So I think that's we lost a lot of games because of Davis Mills. So C.J. Stroud is a way better improvement, and he's not 10 foot tall with an 8 foot neck. So I'm glad we have it.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to and we've got a whole new look in this division, right? We've got 4 really young quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence played really well last year. He's definitely on the rise. And then the race is these other 3 quarterbacks. We've been talking about some quarterbacks going to one of our teams, but we ended up with all 3. So the race is on to see who's gonna make.
Well, the NFL, the NFL. Have you looked at the draft grades?
No,
Huh?
not thoroughly.
So the NFL gave the Texans a B. Where is it at? B plus. Pro Football Focus gave a B minus.
It's all over the place. Some places give it an A, some places give it an A plus, some places gives it a B. One guy gave it a D. I don't
know how you give it a D. What moron?
D doesn't make sense.
He's actually going to be on the Texans podcast this Tuesday. So
Who does he write
we'll
for?
find out then.
let me.
Is he like a Texans?
No, he's national.
I think it's because after pick 3, they don't really have a good pick until 167.
You are. If
Really?
you think that, you don't. Yeah, you think that you don't know much about college football.
I just think that's an awfully big reach for G. Scruggs in the 3rd round. Tank Dell, undersized.
The
They
guy,
had better options.
the guy's name is Nick Fraughton from NBC Sports.
So what did he draft the rest of the teams? Out of curiosity.
He gave the Colts an A, Jaguars an F, and the Titans a C.
Well, he gave the Jaguars an F. He might be smarter than I thought.
Eric Fraughton, yeah.
That-
Eric Fraughton
no.
from NBC.
Yeah, but he gave the Colts a what?
An A. They had a pretty good draft, but we'll get.
We had an okay draft. I don't think we had a pretty good draft.
Okay, hold on. Back up. Read all 32 now, please.
All 32.
I don't have all 32 on there.
What's his name?
It was just
Yeah,
on
please look that up and circle back because I would love to hear what he.
Eric Fraughton. Here it is right here.
Eric.
But yeah, so later on, we got Juice Scruggs in the 3rd. Max says it's a reach, but the Broncos were pick 63, and they were about to get him, so we had to jump up and get him. That's the only reason why. He was the best pass protector in the center position, so we had to get him. What was that?
That was the NBC Sports website.
But yeah, so we had to get him and Tank Dell, another guy that was about to get picked, a speedster and good on special teams. And Dylan Horton, why not get a 6'4", 275 monster on the other side of Will Anderson? All these were great picks. Xavier Hutchinson was a steal at 205. I can't believe he was there.
Oh my god, yeah.
And so same thing. And Cody wanted me to say it. Henry 2222222. However you say his name. He was still at 167. Yeah, I gotta give it. BT and Chris.
No, he gave the Jaguars a B-.
Was it B minus?
Oh, this guy's
picture,
stupid. Then. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
The picture I got was wrong. Then.
Yeah, I see.
He
that
gave the Colts
Jaguars
an A.
Yeah.
Colts an A. Texans. He gave
A D.
D. No, Texans. He gave an A minus.
No, he gave.
No, we gave him a D.
NFL draft grades. Eric Fratton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he gave him an A minus.
Hold on.
Right there on the screen.
Oh, this is from NBCSportsEdge.com.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I got too. No, you're looking under Colt. You're looking under the Colts. He gave him a D. He gave the Colts an A minus.
Oh, he puts him. Okay, he put him above then.
Yeah.
But yeah, BT and Crenshaw would they give their draft to A plus. I'm gonna be a little modest. I'm gonna say A minus. You know, I think Juice Scruggs, Tank Dell, and Dylan Horton were good pickups. They were a little bit of reach, but I still think they were good for the scheme.
He gave no other team a D. He literally graded the Texans the lowest in the draft.
It's because of the trade.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't agree with that one.
I don't either. I think it was a very good, solid draft.
The only lowest one he gave was the Browns. He gave a C.
And they had a pretty good draft too.
Yeah, I think what you have to remember too is you know, all
on
the stuff
paper,
that's good on
right,
paper.
Right. Say on paper.
Right. And so I was reading I was doing a little look into some data analysis, and they say, so if you look over the last however many years the draft's been going on, roughly 17% of all draft picks are considered a bust, meaning they don't pan out in the league and they don't make a team more than like a year or two in a row. And 33% are sort of considered useless, where they make a team, but they never really make an impact. And then another like 12% are considered like mediocre or average, which is basically well over 50% of draft picks just suck. You know, so all this, and that's what, you know, I hate mock drafts. I hate draft season. I hate all the nonsense leading up to the draft because it's just, you know, it's just blowing hot air. No one knows what's going to happen. No one knows, well, you know, any of these kids, and you know, this is terrible. Like no one knows, you know, some of these folks that we're going to talk about here, somebody's career is going to end with an injury, right? And that's another like sort of random, you know, roll of the dice.
Can I ask you a question though?
Sure.
Did you hate the draft 2 years ago?
I don't know what you mean.
When the Jaguars drafted Trevor Lawrence, did you hate that?
I don't hate the draft itself. I hate all the nonsense and the conversations leading up to the draft. I'm just glad when the draft is over. I hate that they've drug it out to 3 days. I miss the old format where it was like a 2-day thing. The first and second round were on one night, and everything else is on the second day. I think that was much more fun, in my opinion, much better.
But then how was Motley Crue going to play a concert?
You know, that's a good question that I don't really care about. You know, they can go play somewhere else. But my point is, like, you know, you get into some of this stuff, and you know, the Texans draft looks great on paper, but there, you know, chances are, what do we have? 9 picks here.
Yep.
5 or 6 of these guys probably aren't going to make much of an impact. So which 3?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and you know, it just sucks. Like that's just the statistical sort of cold analysis side of it. But
going back to your point about the dragging it out and all that, did you see that they're like check for local listings, because they're actually going to be like doing something for the schedule releases this year?
May 11th.
May 11th.
Is that? Did they come out with the date?
Yep, May 11th.
That's been every year? Have I missed this every year? I never
did
knew it was on
last year.
television.
Yeah.
this is like listening to. So I've been on a few field trips with my 8-year-old daughter in her 2nd grade class. This is like watching the draft or doing anything with the NFL now is like listening to an 8-year-old tell you a story about something that happened to them. It's like, yeah, and then this happened, and then so and so said, and then this. And it's just like, just tell me what information I need. Just shut up. Like, give me the details. I don't care about that.
I just thought it was funny. Like I guess I never caught that they actually air that. That's Is it interesting? I don't know. I've never seen that.
Legitimately, if it wasn't for this podcast and being involved with this stuff, I would just wait until the draft was over and then go back and look at the picks for my team and other teams. Like, I literally don't care about the spectacle, the showmanship. Like, just tell me who it is.
I mean, yeah, I enjoy it, but I do agree that it's
well. I think also like there's playoff hockey on, and I don't want to drag this show down with that. So like while my team is drafting, my hockey team is getting their shins kicked in by the Toronto Maple Leafs. So whatever.
Well,
there's other things to watch besides football draft nonsense, in my opinion. But I'm a curmudgeon. So anyway, moving on. Who's next?
God, wow.
Wow.
Way to kill
That's
this
gonna
guy.
make it really feel.
Yeah, damn. Jeez, welcome to
I'm just
AFC
mad at my
South
team. I'm
Fan
bitter.
Battle.
My team never drafts well. So like, what's the point of ever watching it?
Oh, I can understand
Tell
that.
Tell me the terrible decisions they made once they're done.
Oh, I misintroduced our commentator for the Jags tonight. I thought it was Josh Allen. It's Todd Clary. My bad. Todd, how are you?
To the show.
God, been a minute, buddy. Been a minute. All right, listen, Matt, you got anything else to add?
No, like I said, I think it was a solid A-, good draft, and I'm ready to.
So, what'd you do with your Kansas City Chiefs jersey when you left?
It wasn't a chance. It was a Brittany Mahomes shirt. It said Brittany bitch on it. All right.
Were you and Tanner wearing matching Chiefs gear?
No, he was too scared to come up there.
Yeah,
was
So
he?
it was just me.
Did you ship him a New Jersey instead?
I had the blonde wig and everything,
Speaking of the Chiefs, did anybody see the footage of Travis Kelce spiking the Lombardi Trophy at some concert somewhere?
No.
It was at his he had a concert on Friday night called the Kelce Jam, and it had Machine Gun Kelly as the headliner with Rick Ross, Loud
spiked
Live.
it?
which are-
He
Oh,
spiked.
that's lit.
He chugs a beer, spikes the can, and he has a Lombardi Trophy in the other can. He was chugging the beer off the Lombardi Trophy. It's got the one curved side, so
Yeah.
he's pouring the beer onto the side, and it's like draining into his mouth, getting all over his shirt.
Mhm.
Spikes the can, and then turns around and spikes the trophy. The trophy falls off the stage and rolls into the crowd. Now I don't know if there's like some concerts they have a partition between the actual stage and where the crowd is. From the footage I saw, it looks like it rolls right into the crowd. The security people obviously jump in and
That's a
grab
little
it,
more.
but-
That's a little more extreme than when Brady
That's
threw
intense.
it.
I was about to say, where's the outrage from that woman
Yeah.
who went after
Right.
Tom Brady?
Damn. All
everybody
right.
just loves to hate on Tom Brady though.
Well, I do. You're right. All right, moving on. The Colts. Harish. Give us a recap.
Yeah, we had like 58 picks, so I drafted like 58.
How does it feel to pick in the first round? You haven't done that in a while.
Oh, that was actually nice. I was like, wow, the first day actually means something to me, and it was a meaningful pick. The draft grade is what it is, right? We all know the success of this draft solely lies on the hands of the success of Anthony Richardson. I'm not very high on him. I wasn't very high on him. I wasn't happy with the pick.
But he's under the age of 25.
Yeah, he is. For the first time, we have a quarterback that's not 60.
Yeah.
Right.
In a
He is
long
not
time.
eligible for AARP membership, and that's
Yeah,
it.
he's not taking out a Social Security check next year. So I mean, I'll take it. We'll see what happens. I don't know what to expect from Anthony Richardson. I will say this: Shane Steichen has had success with many different quarterbacks, so I'll lean on that and see what happens. I don't know what to expect. I will tell you, my favorite pick from this draft is number 79, Josh Downs. I love Josh Downs. I thought this was a great pick. I thought he's going to really help. We've got big receivers on the outside and Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman Jr. We don't have a burner. Now we have a burner down the middle. So I hope this becomes like a safety net for him, especially Josh Richardson, being able to Anthony Richardson being able to come in and have somebody like a Josh Downs. I thought was absolutely wonderful. Ade, I think was also another very good pick for this team. Adetomiwa Adebawore, who's a defensive tackle who runs a 4.40, which is insane for a defensive tackle. Again, I thought that was great value there. Overall, it's a good draft. I mean, I didn't think it was an A draft. I thought it was more of a B draft, but I thought they addressed a lot of needs. I thought it was a solid draft. It's Chris Ballard has not looked very well for me, but in the last couple of years. I mean, this is his make or break, right? If this draft class does not do well, he's going to be gone. So
Your cousin says the combo of Richardson and Shane scares me as a Texans fan. The double eight is a great pick too.
Outside of
no,
Anthony Richardson and Ade Ade, this looks like a list of speakers at like a Trump rally. If you just look at these names, you don't know who any of these people are. Like it just looks like there's a bunch of white dudes talking about why you should vote for Trump. Is what it looks
as soon as you said that, I took a look at three names there on the right: Daniel, Will, and Evan, and that's the first thing I think.
Titus, that's that one redneck Trump fan that comes on screaming, "Make America Great Again."
We'll see what happens. Overall, it's a B in my opinion. I know a lot of people love the potential of Richardson, which if he pans out and he's a superstar like everybody thinks he's going to be, then great. But I'm not seeing it right now, and we'll see what happens.
I gave y'all a B plus. That defense is going to look pretty good next year.
Oh yeah.
You got two shutdown corners and Julius Brents and Darius Rush was. I think Darius Rush at 138 was a hell of a steal.
Yep.
So
the problem with Anthony Richardson, Colts are going through the same cycle that Florida Gator fans went through with Anthony Richardson, right? He comes onto the team and people talk about his physical prowess and his skills, and he's a freak of an athlete, and he has all these he can do all these things physically that not many people can. Jalen Jones sounds like a country singer. Yes. Cody Blankenship. Yes. And then he gets on the field, and if you give him an inferior opponent, he will just eat them to death. But the minute you present a sophisticated defensive scheme to Anthony Richardson, he shrinks. He was terrible against Georgia. I sat in the stadium here and watched him play.
So he's every quarterback that they've had in the last 6 years.
I will tell you, Todd Clary and I were going back and forth in one of the chats or one of the posts in the AFC South fan battle group, and he coined him Sham Newton. And that's basically what it is. He's Cam Newton, but he can't. Cam Newton had all the same physical attributes, all the fast, strong, can do all these things. But he made Cam Newton can make decisions at NFL speed. The problem is when you presented a defense that's complex and fast to Anthony Richardson, like he does not make decisions, or he didn't as a college quarterback. Who knows? We'll see. I hate that he went to the Colts, because I would like to see him be successful. I just wish that it was not in the division that my favorite team plays in. But that's where I think if Shane Steichen and the rest of the staff can get him somehow making decisions better and faster, then I think he might live up to his potential. The other thing is, if you get him, he's easily rattled. In the games in Florida where he threw one or two picks early, he just disappeared and would start sailing balls, throwing them in the dirt. He actually reminds me more of, from a big game performance perspective, he reminds me more of Blaine Gabbert than anybody else. Like Blaine Gabbert, if you got Blaine Gabbert rattled,
hey, he's still in the league, or was.
I mean, he's a great backup, and maybe that's what Anthony Richardson will be. But as having watched every game he played at Florida, I also have my doubts that Richardson will be.
So that was the outcome of Jalen Hurts, right? Everybody said the same thing about Jalen Hurts. The defense is fast.
Now I gotta look up where Blaine.
No, go look at Jalen Hurts' career stats in college versus.
I know.
Jalen Hurts was a good college quarterback.
I'm just saying that's what the scouts were saying, is that the speed.
Well, Jalen Hurts can make good decisions at college speed. What I'm telling you is that Anthony Richardson can't make good decisions at the speed
I get that. I'm just saying that Shane Steichen, who helped Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia, can now hopefully help Anthony Richardson. That's what I was just trying to say.
Yeah, if
there's a guy that can help him, it's going to be him.
Hold on. A little AFC South trivia real quick, because we were talking about Blaine Gabbert. Does anybody know where Blaine Gabbert is currently playing?
The Rams.
The Buccaneers, right?
Mm-mm.
The Rams.
This is going to make Josh mad. No. Nope.
The Jaguars.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, God.
No, but the point is, what if they go to the Super Bowl again, and now Chad Henne won a ring with them, and then Blaine Gabbert? Then
how are they going to go when the Jags are going to go, though? I don't understand how that would work.
I mean, you're right. I'm just
not worried about it.
What if Blaine Gabbert got drafted by the Jaguars again?
I would die.
attack.
If Blaine Gabbert ever comes back as like a backup for the Jags, I will boo him. I will buy season tickets just to boo Blaine Gabbert every time he steps foot on the field.
Who was that quarterback that got trolled when they said I'm seeing ghosts out there? Wasn't that
Sam
Darnold?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot.
Yeah, they made it all ghost theme and kept playing Ghostbusters and stuff. It was pretty funny. It was great. All right, anything else to add, Harish?
Nope, we'll see what happens.
All right, cool. All right. The old Beavis, Leavis, Mayo lovin', match made in Hellman's.
So, Maximus, are you going to start putting
dukes.
mayo in your coffee from now on and eating bananas with the peel on? How dedicated are you?
Look, I don't eat mayonnaise, and I'm very particular about my coffee. So, no, that's not going to happen. And I eat bananas every morning, but...
well, that just means that you don't support your quarterback.
They're peeled. So, yeah, I
He
peel them.
Wait, he eats unpeeled bananas?
Yeah.
How long do you think it'll be before Will Levis murders someone in the city of Nashville?
Oh, gosh.
He's clearly a psychopath. Because
We got to start calling him by his middle name, his serial killer name. All three names. Because
now I got to figure out what his middle name is. All right, continue, Maximus, while I Google.
But real quick before you go in, I'm sorry, Titans fans. Whoever comes on this podcast, every bet I make with them now is going to be you have to drink coffee with mayo on it on a live stream just because of your quarterback. So thank you, Will Levis, for giving me some gold for bet.
William Donovan Levis.
Oh, that's a silly killer.
Sounds a lot like Dahmer.
But go ahead.
What did you think of that pick?
All right. Well, if you want to know what I think about that pick, you can go back and look at my initial reaction video to that. I was pretty upset. I wasn't very happy. I didn't want Will Levis. I made it pretty clear earlier on these shows that I didn't want Will Levis. But I have to say, after looking at some things and listening to some Titans fans and some other people, maybe I'm looking through two-tone blue glasses.
Oh,
yeah, sounds like it.
But we have to realize the comparisons between him and Ryan Tannehill. And I'm not saying that Ryan Tannehill's a great quarterback and I'm not happy with it. I'm just saying if you look at the comparisons, it's almost scary how close his situation right now is to when Ryan Tannehill got pulled to our team from Miami. He had one other offensive player drafted, Rodriguez. That was it. No other offensive players even drafted. One undrafted free agent was an offensive lineman. That's it. The rest of the Kentucky players are sitting at home right now, chilling. So he had no talent to throw to or to guard him or to block him. And now he does. And he was in a pro-style offense. Yeah, that was our first-round pick.
I will say this. He outplayed Anthony Richardson twice.
Yeah, he has a big arm. He has a quick release. If you look at his release over time, it's very fast and tight to his head, which is exactly what you want. I'm still not really high on the pick, if I'm being honest with you. This is one of those things where only time will tell. His negatives are that he locks onto his targets, has a tendency to stare down his receivers, and he has bad footwork. Everybody knows that. But other than that, I mean, the guy is exactly what from a Tennessee Titans perspective, he is exactly what we look for in a quarterback. He's strong. He's tough. He's willing to run.
Mayonnaise.
Those mayo.
Yeah.
All right.
You
he does fit in with our redneck weirdness. I'm not going to lie. Okay. But it wasn't a bad pick, I don't think. I don't think it was a bad pick. And if you look at where we got him at, let's face it, guys, he was a top 3 ranked quarterback. He was not supposed to slide that far down. When we picked him at 33, it was a shock to every other analyst out there that he was still on the board.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Let me pull this up for you. When you said that you were speaking from through your two-tone blue glasses, which were you speaking? Can you see my screen by chance? Two-tone blue, like this one, or was it this two-tone blue? That's the craft. Or you got the Duke's Light. There's also Miracle Whip, or was it the Titans two-tone blue? Which two-tone blue was it?
Well, I was referring to Titans two-tone blue. Again, I don't eat mayonnaise. I absolutely. If you guys knew how much I hated mayonnaise, this is a joke that is not even funny, dude. I'm a mustard guy.
No. Sorry,
I've
man.
been the only
funny.
time I ever eat mayonnaise is like maybe tuna salad or something like that. But I never eat
So you
mayonnaise
eat
on
it.
anything.
Well, hey, Max, you do know
It's the exact same thing that RJ says, though, which is funny.
right. Max, you do know the Titans did try to trade up to the number 1 spot to get Will Levis, but they couldn't agree on what's called capital with the Jaguars. So that's why y'all did not give him in the first round.
I do know that we explored a lot of avenues to trade to try to get Will Levis. Will Levis was our guy from the beginning.
And
we had
to which
choice.
spot
It
to
was
get
not
Levis,
C.J. Stroud,
Do what?
as everybody thought. It was Will Levis.
So
from
hold
the
on. They
beginning.
tried to trade up to what spot in the draft to get?
the 27th y'all spot. Yeah.
They were
They
trying to
tried to
pick
try
him up
back
in the
into
first
it.
round.
And the only reason why y'all went with him, y'all were trying to get C.J. Stroud, but the Texans put a
And if I'm Tim Balky in that situation, I'm about to take Will Levis.
I mean, according to
Leslie
I
Allen
would
Turner
select him out of
says
spite.
the Titans will be picking a quarterback in 2024.
I agree.
Yeah, I think so
Look.
too. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Look.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
the main thing that I'm upset about is the wide receiver position.
Yeah, y'all
We
Yes,
completely ignored our dumpster fire situation, which I have been talking about all off season. We did get pass catchers,
Yeah.
and Tajay Spears. He's a running back that's going to be catching a lot of passes on third down.
with
Josh
no
Wiley.
ACLs. That
Yeah.
dude, God.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what that pick's really about, to be honest. That's not a great pick. Josh Wiley, I do like him a lot. I think he's got a huge upside. I don't really get the Duncan pick that much. I mean, I do, but I don't because he's a character guy. I mean, his character issues are just not, and his inconsistency and his not wanting to practice and all that stuff doesn't fit what the Titans do. But I do love our 7th round pick. When we finally did pick a wide receiver, I absolutely love this guy.
Do you think maybe for 6 rounds, Mike Vrabel was like praying that AJ Brown would just come back?
No, honestly, this is my trend. Okay, I was speaking with Matt before the show about I think I figured out a trend with Rand Carthon.
All right.
Okay, and Rand Carthon, I think he is a very, he's a very analytical guy. I think he loves these freak athletes, and I think that's what he was going after in the draft. If you look at every pick except our first 2 picks, really, and even the first 2 picks are still pretty freakishly
I was
athletic.
say Peter Jarzonski scored a 9.7 on the RAS.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say. Our RAS, if you look at all the RAS scores of our players, minus Tajay Spears, and that's only because he's not as fast as he should be for a short guy, they're amazing. They're all up in the high 8s or 9s. And he goes after these athletic dudes. And I think that he was drafting in a way that we could ride this very thin line in between making ourselves look like we're trying to be competitive, but not really. Do you understand what I'm saying? He wants us to pick about the same area of where we're picking this year, but he doesn't want to look like he's setting us up to do that.
I mean, you can say it, but I mean, I don't know. It's a little weird, right? I kind of agree with Cody Blankenship though. A running back in the third when you have Derrick Henry is just mind blowing, especially when you pick Haskins in the fourth round last year.
Yeah, but I don't know if you watched any games of Haskins last year, but he wasn't very promising.
I mean, he was rookie last year, right? And
of course, our offensive line wasn't promising last year. It's hard for anybody to run behind that.
Yeah.
So what do you grade the Titans?
Come on, man. As a Titans fan or as an NFL fan?
Both. Give us both.
Oh, for God's sake, you're going to make me do that. All right.
That's what I'm here for.
I hate this because as an NFL fan, I actually give them a higher rank than I do as a Titans fan.
Okay.
As an NFL fan, I give them an A-.
What?
Almost all.
Really?
Hang on. Almost all of the players that we picked were picked at a place that they were supposed to be picked a long time ago, except for Skoronski. Skoronski's the only player that was graded at the place he was picked. The Tajay Spears, I don't get it, but he was still graded higher than he was picked. Everybody was, except for maybe Colton Dowell, because I don't think he was graded at all. But I still love that pick. I can't help it. I love that pick. But as a Titans fan, I give him a C+, because they did not address the issue. They addressed kind of the issue in the first pick with our O-line because it sucked. But they didn't do anything about the dumpster fire wide receiver, NWI. I mean, Treylon Burks is our best wide receiver. That's so sad. I'm going to be crying into my pillow for a while.
Hamburger.
You know what I think they're doing? If you look at next year's wide receiver class, it's stacked. Next year's wide receivers are insane. So I think what they're doing is just they're going to take the shitter this year and say, this is what we're going to have. And they're going to have their pick of so many wide receivers. The Colts will too. There's so many wide receivers in next year's draft class.
Yeah,
Not only that.
Go ahead.
Insane.
And not only that, the cap space. We're going to be one of the highest teams with cap space. So, Rand's going to literally run crazy in free agency and the draft.
Yep.
Well, I personally, if I was to grade you guys, it's kind of, I don't know, I have a little bit of bias because being a
You're a
Jags
Jaguars fan. Yeah.
even though I'm the non-biased host. And if I had to pick, though, I would definitely go D for Dukes.
My goodness.
D
Come
for
on, D?
Yeah, well, if I had to pick between Dukes, I wanted to go, I wanted to.
Mayo?
M for Mayo. That's what you get. That's your grade.
I was going to do D for Dukes because K for Kraft, I don't know. That's just kind of, Oh, sorry, Maximus.
I knew this show was going to be rough. It's okay. It's all right.
It's not
Your
personal.
side, Mayo
It's not
and
personal.
Moonshine?
It's for your entire fan base.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You guys, as far as the Jaguars, as far as I am concerned,
Even
the
listen, let me tell you
Jaguars
this much. Even
had
the
the worst draft.
Even the
out of all
Titans
four of us.
fans, okay, listen, even the Titans fans in the group, when they drafted him, were tagging me. We're waiting on you, Sam. Where are you? To make the Mayo jokes. And it's not like I'm the only person in the world that makes Mayo jokes, but come on. Sorry.
Dude, no, you're right, dude. The social media has been rough. It honestly, because I hate Mayo so much. You guys don't know how much I hate the joke because I hate Mayo so much. And
But
it's
you don't
like,
hate
my
it.
God.
You don't hate it in a tuna salad.
No, in a salad, it's delicious.
Well, Levis probably. Listen.
That's why they call it salad dressing.
And Levis may only hate it unless it's in his coffee. But you got to pick your poison.
I've never tried it in coffee.
It's disgusting.
And I might, I'll say this: if we do exactly what I think is happening, and we bomb the next season and go like 8 wins or 7 wins.
Bombing 8 wins.
That's
We're
not
gonna do it the
bombing.
Jaguars
That's
way.
like
Okay, that's bombing to the Titans fans right now, because
bombing
we're
is like 4 wins. Honestly, if you want
Cynthia Freud said that our draft picks gave us 3 extra wins this season.
Cynthia Freud is an idiot. Here's the thing. Cynthia Freud, she's one of those people that says the Colts are good every year. She's a dumbass. I wouldn't believe anything she says. Take everything she says with a grain of salt. She's an idiot.
I don't even know who that is.
Well, that's good.
She's a mathematician.
She's dumb.
Well, anything else to add before we move on to the Jags?
Jags suck.
You hush it, you mayo eater. Now it's my
That
turn.
was it. That was it.
I just wanted to say you finally have some mayo to your cheeseburgers.
Right. My favorite part of the Titans draft is that now RJ and Leonard Firestone can't tell me that the mayo jokes don't make sense anymore. Like, you have no excuses. They did before, and now they do even more so now. But let's move on to Trent Galaxy Brain Balky, who, deserves to be punched right in his throat. So, Jags fans, if you see him, do the world a favor. Let him know he sucks.
Well, first of all, if anybody saw the live, Josh Allen and I went live during the Jaguars pick. And I was rather confused. I mean, it makes sense, but I was confused that I was certain that we would draft defense first.
Especially with Joey Porter available.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
many
know
options.
how.
I like on this graphic how we drafted the Miller twins, Ventrell and Ventrell.
Oh, yeah. Hey, hush
Dang.
up. All right.
They were so good at their draft. They drafted the same guy twice.
So, like, pick 27, which should have been pick 24. I knew Trent was up to something dumb when he started doing all these trades, right? Like, Trent Baalke's problem has always been that he thinks he's smarter than everybody else. He doesn't listen to conventional wisdom on anything. He just does what he wants, which would be fine if he was successful more often than not, but it doesn't seem like he is a lot
I
of
feel like
times.
that press conference after said it all.
Yes. Don't even get me started there. So Anton Harrison, that pick I get. If you haven't heard the news about Cam Robinson, he's been popped for performance-enhancing drugs. He's probably going to be out at least 6 games, if not more, depending on what it was that he took or why he took it or whatever the circumstances are there. Right. Nobody seems to know. So Anton Harrison, I don't hate that pick. I think that's a fine pick. I understand the potential that they see in him. He's very young. The one knock on him, I guess, is that his pad level is inconsistent, which I'm pretty sure is a teachable thing. If he's willing to put in the work to be more consistent with his pad level, probably end up being a good, offensive tackle for the Jags. It's really just that second pick, Brenton Strange. This is where Trent Baalke outsmarts himself, right? Brenton Strange was like the 4th or 5th or 6th ranked tight end that was available at the time that the Jaguars made this pick. It makes zero sense if you're going to take a tight end there. I understand the argument. They're having trouble signing Evan Ingram to a long-term contract. They do have a little bit of tight cap space. They don't have a ton of room as far as the cap is concerned. Evan Ingram has not signed his franchise tag tender because they're still working on a long-term deal. So I get the thought maybe of taking a tight end there. I don't agree with it, but I get it. But they take Brenton Strange, who, I couldn't pick out of a crowd to save my life, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure, Trent Baalke sees something in him. I don't really understand. He gave a bunch of nonsense answers at the press conference about why they picked Brenton Strange as opposed to other tight ends. But the real problem is all of these picks are fine. Like, they're fine. There's nothing here that's like, oh my God, I can't believe they picked the guy other than the Brenton Strange pick. We'll see if any of these guys pan out. I've been screaming since the end of the season that the number one need that the Jaguars had to address was the pass rush. If you look statistically, their pass rush was the worst ranked statistically out of all the units on the team. I like, Theo White says he likes the Johnson and Washington pick. I don't really have a problem with any of the picks in the lower levels because it doesn't seem like they stretched on any of them, right? Like, but you're also, when you get to the 6th, 5th, 6th, 7th rounds, it's a crapshoot, right? A lot of the guys look good on paper, but there are negatives that they have, and you never know who's going to pan out, who's not. Doesn't mean they won't. I like the Ventrell Miller pick. I think Ventrell Miller finally has the chance to be a Florida Gator defensive player that
which
doesn't
one?
suck for the Jags.
Which
Yeah, right,
Which
which
one?
one?
Yes, that's right. Yes. Correct. Ventrell Miller.
That one.
But I mean, it's fine. Like, it's fine. If I had to give this draft a grade, it would be at best a C.
I just hope we do like pick Abdullah because I like his name. Yes, sir, Abdullah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Abdullah. Yes, sir, Abdullah.
Yes, sir, Abdullah.
But we'll see. I don't even know. I think part of the problem. So I wonder two things. I hope that Doug Peterson had a say in these picks. And that makes me a little more comfortable than just Trent Baalke using his normal put on a clown suit, put on a dartboard with people's names on it, throw the dart wherever it lands. That's the guy he picks. So hopefully Doug Peterson. And I do wonder if some of this stuff, the lack of cap space figured in, them trading down for lower picks means they're going to pay these guys a lot less money. It's going to take up a lot less cap space. They're re-signing players, pretty frequently. It's like 3 or 4 guys they've re-signed, restructured their deals to, unlock some cap space. So I don't know if that's what played into them. They just seemed very comfortable or intent to trade down and get lots of lower level, lower round picks. And like I said before, like, I don't know.
So what's your grade?
It's a C. Like, I think it's a C minus, honestly. Like,
Negatron. I like it.
If we had gotten the third Ventrell Miller brother, I think it would have been solid B, but we only got 2. So
Hey, at least I tried. All right.
As
First step of failing is trying.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
as the non-biased host, but host, if I had to pick, it would be a W for winners. That would be my draft grade.
Yeah, I mean, the team's already so stacked, it almost doesn't matter who we drafted this year. So we own the division, so it doesn't matter.
Harish just laughed. He did the nasal.
Oh, that wasn't me.
Oh, who was that?
I think
that was
Maximus.
Maximus.
That was Maximus.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he snorted a little too much mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right now.
He's
Sorry.
wearing that. He's wearing that two-tone craft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
The helmet's
all
lined
roads
out
to the
here.
Super Bowl lead through Jacksonville, at least for AFC South teams. So
Yeah, buddy.
bring it, losers.
All right. Well, listen, we have, like I said in the beginning, we've made it. We're on the back end of the draft. We're gonna be pretty soon getting into training camp. Hopefully have some guests on here in the upcoming weeks.
I'm working on it.
We, it's gonna come up a lot sooner than, I don't know. I feel like I feel like in the years past it's come up pretty quick, but I feel like now it's dragging on. But yeah, we're finally making it. We're going to start getting some football action soon and be able to start reporting on things that matter again, get the banter going. And that's what this podcast has been about. 5th season, guys. 5th season. Round of applause. 5th season. I can't believe it. So with that, though, we have now, for those of you that are listening that may not know, we do have other podcasts on this network. We've branched out and started a podcast from this one, and these guys are a part of it. So go ahead and tell us where to find you and shout out our other podcasts, and make sure also we have a blog now and a website. Look at us go. The website is fanbattlesports.com, and then the Twitter handle is fanbattlesports, and of course this podcast you can find AFCSB. We're also on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. But for the commentators themselves, we'll go from losers first to winners last. Let's start with Matt Briggs.
Yeah. I guess I'll kick it off since I'm a horrible loser. You find me on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central, Texans Fan Battle, or at A1 Day One Texans, everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, whatever.
Nice. Harish.
You can find me here sometimes on the Horseshoe Mod podcast on Tuesday nights. I appear every now and then. You can also find me on Twitter everywhere at the Uncle Gandhi, GHANDI.
Nice. Maximus.
You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube at Maximus_Titan_fan.
Yep, and then Titans Coliseum. You'll have to get with those guys.
Yeah, I was actually on the reaction show.
Yeah, and that show, Titans Coliseum, is Thursdays at 9:30. And then Josh Allen.
You can find me outside of Everbank Field, yelling into a microphone, "Balky sucks." You can also find me on Twitter at Josh Gibbs Up.
And then, of course, the Jaguars fan battle.
I'm not invited to that show anymore, apparently. So I don't know. We'll see. My friends don't ask me if I want to, join them anymore. So.
Oh, Cody calling you out. Calling you out. Where are you at?
Cody lives literally 5 minutes away from me, and
Hey,
it
so
is what it is. It hurts.
To be fair, me either. So
Josh, do you have a dog?
I have a dog.
Yeah. So get some dog poop, put in a brown paper bag, walk
put it
your
on
door,
his porch
light it up.
and light it on fire.
There you go. That's what you get for not inviting me to the fan
Yeah.
battle.
So
Well, the comment just came in. He's gonna call you. There you go. They worked. Your guilt trip worked.
I just wanted to see if he was listening. No, I mean those guys there. Cody and Matt Grieve are doing their own thing. If they want me on there, they'll let me know. That's just a joke to see if Cody was paying attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, check out the Jaguars fan battle. I don't know what day they broadcast because I have not been paying attention because I've been busy at work. But I think it's either Tuesdays or Thursdays. But you can catch them on the Fan Battle Sports YouTube page or various social medias.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Sammy Football with an I. And of course, like I said, on here Sunday nights at 9:30 Eastern. And check us out on Twitter, Fan Battle Sports and AFC SFB. That's AFC South Fan Battle. And we hope to chat with y'all soon. See you in 2 weeks.
Yep.